Hi, this is William, and welcome to FlySpoke. And today I'm going to tie for you what I consider to be the most universal streamer fly you could have. And it's going to be my version of a black ghost marabou. And the fly was originally created in 1927 as in Maine as a feather wing streamer fly, where you take 4 saddle hackles and put 2 on each side. And today it seems the marabou is the choice for most people. So I'm just building a base. This is a Daiichi hook. It's a size 8, number 2220 streamer hook. I'm using black thread. Black thread also is going to be used for the head. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tie in a tag of silver holographic tinsel. Silver's the original color. Just regular flat tinsel is what would have been used. I prefer the little bit extra flash of using the holographic for the tag and as well as the rib. And tie that off. I'm going to come forward a little way, and I'm simply going to bend it back, and the balance of this tinsel will then become the rib of the fly. And right now I want to make sure that I'm just building up a little bit there, and I want to build up in the middle. The fly does call for the center to be a little bit thicker, and then tapering to the front and the back. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to tie in is I'm going to put in a tail yellow saddle hackle. And I'm just going to set that on. I put that right on the top of the hook. Just tie it in. Trim this on an angle. Keep your scissor on an angle so that it tapers down. The next thing, I'm going to take some black Unifloss, single strand, and I'm going to tie that in. Over to the front, where I'm going to tie that off. I'm going to make a couple of half hitches, tie it off, simply trim it, and I'm going to proceed to put my body on. I'm just taking that floss and I'm running one next to the other all the way to the back to where I get to my tinsel, and then one next to the other coming all the way to the front. Now I'm going to put my thread back on. And tie off my floss. Bend it back, cover over the end of the floss, and trim. Wind my rib. Bend it back. Okay. Now I've taken a small quantity again of the yellow saddle hackle, and I'm going to put in a throat And look at that from the top, and make sure that see that you're getting that in there pretty equidistant, side to side, and trim. Yeah, that's good. Next, I'm going to take some marabou, pieces of marabou feather. Okay? Because what I don't want to do is I don't want the marabou all to end in the same place. I want it to be flowing. And I'll put one in. Make sure it's on the top. Trim. Then I'm going to take another little plume of the marabou, lay that on. Okay, now I'm going to take 4 strands of peacock curl, and I'm going to lay them in right on the top. And I'll trim those. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one more little wisp of the marabou. Very thin marabou now. And I'm going to lay that right on top, over the top. And I'll pre-trim it. And that's going right on the top of the peacock, so that peacock is right in there as a line in the feather, sort of like little bait fish have the line, the lateral line going down the body. Okay, then the last thing I'm going to do to the fly is I'm going to take some jungle cock nails, and I'm going to put eyes on the fly. One on that side. One on this side. You pre-size them, judging how far down you pull off the under feathers, and just measure them up right where your thread goes, and that should give you equidistant side to side. Okay, I'm going to trim that. Okay, I'll whip finish. Trim, head cement, the Black Ghost Marabou, there it is.